This month, there's a strong chance Salt Lake City will become just the fourth site to host the Olympic Winter Games for a second time. The Kempsey Gardner Policy Institute released a study on the estimated economic impact of the Games, and the numbers show Utah will see a significant benefit.
That's going to be the art of our success, is it's got to be a balance, because there is a tremendous benefit from having done the Games before.
From 2024 to 2035, economists expect the Winter Games to create cumulative total economic impacts in Utah of $6.6 billion in output, almost $3.9 billion in state GDP, over 42,000 job years of employment, and $2.5 billion in personal income.
Some of that is associated with the capital expenditures that will occur, and then just the purchases by the organizing committee to prepare for and run the Games. They're purchasing equipment, clothing, generators, all kinds of things from local suppliers. So that will mean jobs at those local suppliers as well. And then, as people spend their incomes, it's jobs in the retail sector and where that household spending goes. So pretty broad spread across the economy.
Utah has continued to use and maintain its Olympic venues from the 2002 Winter Games. The Salt Lake City, Utah Committee for the Games expects to spend just $31.2 million on permanent capital investments for the 2034 Winter Games. In 2002, that number was $286.7 million.
We have the IOC here for their visit, and those visits are typically very critical, because they're normally looking at hypothetical plans. They're looking at things that don't exist within a bid committee, and so they're very critical in terms of their feedback and their input. They come to Utah, everything is tangible, it's brick and mortar, it exists, it's operating, it's succeeding. And the demeanor of the IOC, they just laugh, they giggle, their smiles, they're happy, they're like, we have never in our careers had a visit like this.
The world comes here almost every year to do a World Cup or a training week, and we welcome them. Utah has a very welcoming nature, in our state, and we love that we train Team USA, but we also train a lot of countries who don't have speed skating ovals, bobsled tracks, or biathlon ranges. We also fill a void where when Russia invaded Ukraine, within 2 months we had an offer out to the winter sport teams of Ukraine to come to Utah if they needed a place to be safe and to continue their training efforts. And so the Utah community rallied behind that and raised monies to pay for their airfares and their housing while here and all their training time.
Organizers are eager to build on the success of the 2002 Games, and that means trying new things.
One big idea that we're considering is actually taking what is normally an outdoor mountain sport and bring it to the urban core of Salt Lake City. And for us, this has been done before by US Ski and Snowboard did this at Fenway Park in 2019, I believe it was. What it does is create a temporary, major, big kicker to create this massive facility out of scaffolding. And we think that would be great to do in the urban setting with all the energy of a downtown and all the sport entertainment district that's being considered for being developed. We think this is a natural fit and something exciting, new, and innovative to our approach for our 34 Games.
As impressive as the economic projections are, it's Utah's statewide passion for the Olympics that ultimately sets the state apart.
Our latest numbers that came out showed that we have 80% public support across Utah, and that is absolutely remarkable. To have that level of engagement around the Olympic and Paralympic movement, really quite unprecedented. And when we share that with our colleagues at the International Olympic Committee, they are amazed by it. I think Olympic athletes, not only from the US, but actually globally, love coming here to Salt Lake. From an environmental perspective, with our altitude, with our beautiful mountains, it really is quite conducive to athletic performance in that regard. Also with our venues that we have. They are amazing. I used to have a teammate refer to Salt Lake as Disneyland when he would come here and train here compared to other places that we would compete in, because it is so well kept up. The ice is fast. As a racer, you get excited about that sort of stuff, right? You know how your body is feeling. You know how you're ready to compete, and to have those primed conditions for optimal performance is really, it's just motivating.